Hi there, and welcome to this product review on the stem cell activating patch called the X39 from a technology company called LifeWave that was developed by the inventor and founder David Schmidt in early 2020. Now, I'm Suzanne Roth-Paul, and I'm so excited to share with you this unique product that is well known for its age reversing qualities. Now, let's face it, we all want that magic pill that stops the aging in its tracks. And especially in today's climate, when aging symptoms are happening at a much younger age than ever before. And it's actually shocking to witness this and why you need to know about this product and the incredible healing and age reversing benefits so many of us are experiencing today simply by using this wearable technology. Now, as a certified Primal health coach and the author of The Poisons in Your Pantry ebooks, for the past 15 years, I've been educating and inspiring others to get the toxins out of their bodies and adopt a healthier lifestyle so they can live their best lives no matter what their age. And I want to emphasize it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been an easy task for some of us to do this aging gracefully thing until now. Now, nothing, and I mean nothing, has come close to what I've witnessed these patches can do for the pain and chronic symptom relief for pain and chronic symptom relief, and especially age reversing, and in a very short time. So the many benefits you will experience using this patch is simply astonishing. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to introduce my family, my friends, and everybody that I know to LifeWave. Now, my only regret is that I didn't have LifeWave in my life when I suffered in silence with awful perimenopausal symptoms, chronic pain, and anxiety in my early 40s. And the only options back then were harmful medications or being told it's just your age. And that's simply nonsense. As I will demonstrate today, it's not about age at all. It's simply about old toxins. Because I'm 60 years old and I feel better than I ever did in my 40s, thanks to my major lifestyle upgrade, as I mentioned, and the power of this patch. Now, my hope is you'll be inspired after this review to try this patch right away yourself and share this video with anyone you know, especially if they're suffering and in pain. So what I thought I'd do first is to share a few of my personal stories, showing you a few pictures of just how powerful this X39 is and how it helped me on a couple of situations. Okay. So in this picture here, I woke up one morning and had a terrible pink eye situation. Now, I'd had several long COVID issues during the pandemic, and one of them was chronic pink eye. And it happened a couple of times, and thank God I was able to have these patches to help mitigate it and get it out as fast as possible. So you can see here, I have a patch taped on top of my eye area, and then I have one, you can't see it as well, but it's on the outside of the eye, and that one is the X39. Now, I'm just going to touch on this second patch called carnosine. And the reason why I put the carnosine on is because this particular patch helps a lot with brain health. And it's a very powerful ingredient. Carnosine is also a peptide, and we get it from animal products. So let me just say right here, if you are a vegan or vegetarian and you do not eat animal products, you're not getting this very valuable peptide in your body, and the patches could be your answer. So that's why I had the carnosine on, because it has tissue repair, it helps inflammation, it's got a lot of benefits, and wearing it with the X39 makes it even more powerful, which you'll understand when I share more here in a minute about the product. So that's what it was, what it looked like. I left it this way. I had to wear it this way during the day to get through my day so I could see, and it helped reduce the pain and inflammation right away. The next slide, next image I'll show you is of me later in the day and the rest of the evening. I went and got an eye pirate's patch and mask, and I put the X39 and the carnosine stacked on top of each other inside the mask. And that's the beauty of this. You do not have to put it on your skin, and you can't put a patch on your eye. It's uncomfortable, or the stem cell patches. So I put this on the inside, and that's what I did. I slept with it overnight, and here's the next image of what it looked like within 24 hours. And pretty incredible to see the redness, the inflammation, the pain. And what was even more interesting is I noticed the eye on the other side that didn't have the pink eye also looked much better. So you can see the power of these patches when they're on your head or anywhere in the vicinity. They're doing the work no matter where it's needed. Okay, so I have one more image I want to show about a very bad slice on my finger, cutting vegetables late one night by myself. I slipped the chef's knife slipped and sliced into my finger. Now you can't see it as well here, but it was like a fish gill. It was flapping. It was so bad. Now, of course, it started hurting. And I panicked. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to go to the emergency room. Well, I was by myself. I had a party the next day, and I was like, I'm not going to get home until midnight. And then I thought in a very calm moment, oh my gosh, I've got the X39 patch. So I quickly ran and got the patch. I had to clean it up a little bit, took the blood off, wrapped a Band-Aid around it first, and then I put some gauze around it. You can see the gauze below there. Then I stuck the X39 patch on top of the Band-Aid and the gauze. And that's the beauty of this patch. It penetrates through, it does its work. You don't need to worry about putting it right on an open wound. So I wrapped it up, and then this is what happened. I am not kidding you, within 30 minutes. And the reason why I took it off so quickly was I wanted to see myself. I hadn't witnessed this myself, how fast the healing could be. I wanted to see, first of all, the pain stopped right away, and I wanted to see how quickly it would start healing. And this was in less than 30 minutes. You can see that the healing started. Now, I want to also talk about something. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but a couple of years ago, I sliced my left hand finger with a big knife cut right here. And there's a nasty scar. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a scar there, and it also hurts when I press it. This is the finger that got hurt, and I sliced, and there's no scar and there's no pain. Now, that's the miracle of this patch. So, now on to talking about how this patch works. My question for you is, have you been patched yet? Sorry, I'm about that noise. So if you haven't been patched yet, this is the reason why you need to. Now, I've been patched for about 3 years now, and it's been, as you saw, some pretty amazing experiences with using this patch, from everything from some chronic issue to a wound. Now, what happens when you wear this patch is you elevate, activate, and regenerate your own stem cells simply by putting it on your body. Now, the experience that you'll have is a level of health and vitality that you haven't experienced since you were young. And imagine having no pain, sleeping through the night, and having more energy while reversing age. Now you can see here, there's this patch on a placement on this woman's neck. What we do is put this on various points on your body, and that just shows one of our placements because it's based on a very powerful meridian point. So next we want to talk about stem cell activities and how they decline with age, because this patch of the X39 is all about activating your stem cells. So I'm not sure if you knew this, because I certainly didn't when I started with LifeWave, that as you age, that stem cells decline. And what exactly does that mean? Well, we used to think that they just declined because you were getting older. And now, as I mentioned earlier in my introduction, it's because they get loaded with toxins. They just can't function well anymore. And by using this patch, we are certainly activating these dormant stem cells and causing them to, rejuvenate, come alive again, and to help support you heal and get better and reverse age. So the fewer stem cells that you have that are dormant, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Now, we know hundreds of millions of people, like myself, are aging every day and having the symptoms of, and it doesn't have to be that way. Now, here's what our founder, David Schmidt, says about how these patches, or what happens in our body when we age. The stem cells in our body become less and less effective, and that's what I talked about. They get toxicated. By age 60, the stem cells in our body show very little activity, becoming slower and releasing less of the growth factors that are needed to repair our bodies. And by the time we are in our mid-70s, we are showing almost no stem cell activity at all. And this is why, as older you get, that you have a difficult time, or can have a difficult time in healing from injury. Now, I did mention a little bit about how we wear these patches, and they're treating symptoms only. I have a little disclaimer here that LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Always consult with your doctor or provider before embarking on any new treatment, product use, diet, or fitness program. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is how this amazing product works. Now, the X39 is a new product. I mentioned that this is new since 2020. And the reason why this one's so powerful compared to, for instance, the carnosine I spoke about earlier is because this one is activating a copper peptide called the GHKCU, and it's considered the holy grail of age reversing. So there's that term again about its reversing age, and it's made of a nanocrystal, tiny nanocrystals that nano means small crystals that actually are embedded in this patch that do their phototherapy way of treating our body, and light therapy, energy therapy when they're applied to your body. They don't even have to be on, but that's what they're doing. It's reflecting, it's helping to stimulate something inside of your body that activates these stem cells. Now, the LifeWave patch elevates this peptide, and that's what's doing the work. And it's been clinically proven to enhance overall health and vitality. And the National Institute of Health has an entire website on describing the power of this copper peptide. And we just have a few things here that are mentioned about its powerful ability to activate your body into rapid healing and wound healing, as you saw, and just age reversing. The benefits are just, unbelievable. Now, it can stimulate blood vessel and nerve outgrowth and increases collagen and elastin for visible anti-aging. The GHKCU ability is to improve tissue repair, has been demonstrated for skin, lung, connective tissue, bony tissue, liver, and stomach lining, which is wonderful for people with leaky gut, which I've experienced, and is, I know for sure, has helped me a lot in wearing this X39 for healing my organs or detox organs, because I happen to have a body that doesn't excrete my toxins very easily. Now, the GHK has also been found to possess powerful cell-productive actions, such as multiple anti-cancer activities and anti-inflammatory actions, as well as having anti-anxiety and pain, anti-pain, and anti-aggression activities. And as I'd mentioned with the inflammation, you saw that with just putting that on my eye, the power of putting those patches around my eye, it was pretty much immediate inflammation reduction and pain reduction. So nothing is quite like this patch, and why it's so important that you try this for yourself, because the benefits are massive. There's everything from pain relief, as we were saying, to symptom relief that you'll never know until you try it. So I highly recommend that you consider this. Now, did you know, let's see, what is our next? Oh, David, we're going to talk about David next. I'm so sorry. So David is our inventor and founder, and as I'd mentioned, and he has over 130 US patents, and he's considered a scientist and loves to be called an inventor, primarily because he's been doing this sort of work for most of his life. He says he used to do this, take things apart and try to make them into something else when he was a kid. He's a two-time recipient Advanced Technology He's won the two-time recipient Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame twice now. And we're very proud of him for his many, many accomplishments. Now, how did LifeWave first begin? Well, the original idea came from his work developing survival equipment and from helping the Navy SEAL crew members of a mini sub stay awake for 30 hours without need for drugs. So he started looking into natural ways of increasing energy in the body without anything harmful. And this investigation then turned into 3 years of research, which culminated with the first LifeWave prototype called the Energy Enhancer Patch, which again, these were the company's 20 years old. So the Energy Enhancer Patch was the first patch that he had created, and it's still very, very popular and well used today. I have it on right now for energy and for clearing out stuff that gets into your body that you just can't move when it's stuck energy a lot of times when we have chronic issues. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Richard Quick, who in 2004, David had the pleasure of meeting. And this gentleman here is basically the catalyst for launching LifeWave into the limelight and to its success that it is today. Now, Richard is a six-time United States Olympic swim coach. He won 7 NCAA titles and developed 35 NCAA championships. So he's pretty well known and he's pretty well respected. Well, just 3 weeks after providing the patches to the Stanford University team, 6 of his 8 members broke their personal time records. Now, that's really big when you're wearing something that is safe and harmless. And you know that in Olympic trials or any sort of competitiveness in athleticism, you're not allowed to wear drugs or stimulants or use them. And he was these patches definitely are not either of those, and they were successful. So shortly afterwards, Stanford team members were spotted wearing LifeWave patches during the Olympic swimming trials, propelling LifeWave into the national media spotlight. Now, as a result, over 1,000 people came forward to become LifeWave partners. And in November of 2004, shortly after meeting Richard, this is when LifeWave had their first day in business as a direct sales company. And so even though it is a 20-year-old company, the X39 David created just in 2020. So he's always creating new things. There's amazing technology coming out down the road on this anti-aging, age reversing. Everybody wants to age gracefully. And so he's got a lot up his sleeve. And so it's an incredible company to be part of. And it's an incredible company to have, an incredible tool to have in your toolkit with these patches. Now, sales in the first month exceeded over $500,000. So they are doing really well to date as well. So the science-backed technology here is the next thing that I want to talk about so that you know that this product has patents, it has the science behind it, and we know that it works. And as a health coach, that has such high value because I'm working with doctors, with their clients, and I'm working with a lot of folks that want to know how does this work and why does it work? And that's what this is all about. So we've got the patent that says it does what it does, and it's exclusively protected by multiple patents. It has over 80 research and clinical studies, lots of independent researchers and universities, as well as medical scientific experts support and back this product as well. And one of the things that David had to do was take a brain scan of a 77-year-old woman, and it's a scalp topography map that you see here on the bottom to see how the patch X39 worked on her over a 6 weeks period, because that's about the time that they say most people can experience some really amazing things by wearing this patch. So in session 1, you can see there's this woman has not started wearing the patch yet, and she's got a lot of inflammation and probably cognitive issues with all the red and yellow, which is indicative of kind of an inflamed brain. Well, after 3 weeks, you can see all of the red is gone. A lot of the yellow is abated, and she's obviously doing a lot better. And in session 3, after 6 weeks, all of the inflammation's gone. Most of the yellow has subsided considerably, so we can pretty much guess she's had some pretty good cognitive experience, and inflammation has been reduced. And what was funny about this was David was encouraged to get a much younger subject just so that he could make sure that this was going to work. And he said, no, I want to use it on an older person because that's what this is about. It's about age reversing. So it proved itself. I mean, David knew that this patch was powerful. So the next thing we want to talk about is the X39 benefits. And we've talked a lot about, you've seen earlier, what it's done for me. And I can talk a little bit about each one of these points in so many stories in so many ways with my clients and my community and family and friends, everybody and myself, that this patch really does what it says it does. Now, you saw rapid pain relief when I cut my finger. Within a few minutes, the pain was gone. It reduced inflammation right away, started healing. The wound started healing very quickly. And another thing a lot of people experience, like even from day one, a level of energy and vitality that nothing else has been able to do for them. Mental clarity. We can see that this woman probably had mental clarity when she was also had using this patch for 6 months because she had all that inflammation. It's fabulous for people with with depression, anxiety. I mean, we use it a lot for calming the nervous system. There's a couple of reasons for that, but it's fabulous for that. Enhanced sports performance. You saw that with Richard Quick. Faster recovery from exercise. That's really incredible for a lot of athletes. And if you're into exercising, and improved skin appearance, because again, wrinkles, old age, all those things start happening. And I get so many compliments on my skin all the time. And you can see at the top, there's a couple of patches or images where we place the patch, this X39. I call this the multivitamin of patches, and when you wear it on your neck or below your belly button, and again, they can be worn on the clothes. They're non-transdermal, so they mean they don't go. Nothing goes into the skin. They're just a messenger, so to speak. And you can also place them on your clothes if you don't want to have them on your skin, and even wounds. You can put them on a cast or on, like you saw, I put them on the gauze. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what you can expect wearing this product. And this is, health is an inside job. You're only as healthy as the inside of what's going on inside your body, because your skin and your outside appearances are just a result of what's going on in the inside. And so, what's really great about this is in the first few days, you reset over 4,000 genes just by wearing this patch. And I have something here that I've lost my notes. Hold on just a minute. I wanted to mention that your genes are what support you. They determine everything that happens in your body. So you're resetting them now. So if you've got some genes that are a little sluggish, this is going to be helping you, because that's what it impacts how you feel and how you look. Now, within 6 weeks, the brain becomes more balanced. You saw that with the clinical study that was done, and decreases symptoms of PTSD even. We need that for children right now more than ever. Or excuse me, not children, for trauma victims and military. It can reduce anxiety and depression. Now, PTSD happens to a lot of us because of trauma we've had as a child and younger. So it's for that as well. I use it daily for just keeping my anxiety levels down and calming the nervous system. And within 3 months, your collagen is increased. It decreases wrinkles. It improves hair growth. My hair's never been healthier, and I've never worn it this long before. So 2020, the pandemic allowed a lot of us to let our hair do what it does naturally, and mine just kept growing and looking, I just didn't feel the need to cut it. So it's been fabulous. It increases structural integrity of both your skeletal and muscular symptoms. Oh, and I do want to mention that a lot of people have had good luck with hair, rejuvenating their hair and hair growth. It doesn't happen for everybody, but it's a good product to use for if you're losing your hair. And the pandemic has caused a lot of folks, and the vaccine, from losing their hair. And we have a lot of case studies on folks that are getting great improvement with that. Now, within the 6 months, this is my favorite. It reverses your heart. It reverses the age of your heart. Now, who doesn't need that in a world full of chronic heart diseases and issues right now? In recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by 8 years just after using the X39 for 6 months. I mean, that's pretty powerful. Now, David says it's not anti-aging. I know I said that a couple of times, but it's age reversing. And that's the point of these patches, is that you basically, when you're wearing them, you are activating this peptide, and you are doing so many amazing things in your body that you wouldn't be able to do. And why, when you're younger, you recover quicker. When you're younger, your skin looks better. All of those things happen when we're younger, and it's like, well, we just think it's part of the old age process, and it's not necessarily so. And why it's so important to keep your diet clean and to really wear these patches to help support you as you age. Literally, we feel that we're all getting, every day that we wear the patch, we're benefiting on the other end. So I'm so glad that you stayed with me to the end. I hope you'll reach out to whoever invited you here to learn more about this technology and how to order. And if you've come across this video and I am your source to reach out to, I'd love to hear from you. I'm on Instagram at Your Wellness Designer, and you can check out my new website at Secrets to Radiant Health. Now, my team also has a wonderful website to peruse called Your Team in Motion, that is full of information about LifeWave, the science and the patents, and many of the other patches. And if you're part of the community, come back here on Wednesday or Thursdays at noon and join me, because I'll be, it's Pacific Standard Time. I'll be telling more stories like I just did today. And if you'd like to reach out, I'd love to meet you. And one other thing that I wanted to mention was that when I talked about the injuries that I had at the beginning and the condition, I was able to just go into, I call it, instead of a medicine cabinet, a patch cabinet, and get those patches and take care of myself within 24 hours. Otherwise, I would have had to go to the doctor. I would have probably given medications, and I probably would have suffered with that pink eye for about a week because it doesn't heal very quickly. And just to let you know that this is something that everybody should have in their house. And I walk around and carry in my purse and travel with a little pouch like this with all the patches in it, and I can not only heal myself, that's another time I have to tell stories about that. Not only can I prevent pain issues rapidly, but if anybody gets hurt or injured, or there's a condition where someone gets sick, I have my medicine cabinet right here and my patch cabinet, and you'd be amazed at what you can do with these patches within 24 to 48 hours. So thank you again for being here. I want you to remember that it's not old age causing your symptoms, it's old toxins. Bye for now.